Hey again, it's Cece Strata Kuzmanovic, guys, and welcome to the next edition of Mindset Mondays.
Most of us have big dreams and aspirations. We often hear the saying that if your dreams don't scare you, then they're not big enough. What if I told you that most people have it all wrong when it comes to achieving their dreams? That the last thing in the world you need is to be scared in any way of your own future? And what if I told you that you can learn exactly how to get everything you want and achieve everything you desire? I'm Cece Estrada Kuzmanovic of Splendidly Intrepid, and right here on Mindset Mondays, you will receive the necessary guidance and you will learn the exact techniques and steps towards achieving all of your goals, dreams, and desires. The name says it all, Splendidly Intrepid, the fearless pursuit of the life of splendor that you deserve. Welcome to the rest of your life.
Welcome once more, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. And for those of you that are here watching the replay, welcome. And thank you so much also for tuning in, because you're tuning in to this little broadcast says a lot about where you are, where you want to be, says a lot about the fact that you are looking to tap into splendor. Tap into your God-given fearlessness that you had as a child. And today I want to talk to you about 3 simple ways that you can use your emotions, good or bad, especially the bad ones, to your benefit, to your advantage, because your emotions are one of your biggest gifts as a human being. You were given this emotional GPS that always is there, and it fires up. For most of us, it fires up a lot. You know, some people are more emotional than others, and it fires up to tell us where we are in relation to where we want to be. Now, let's recall a couple of things that we've talked about in the past few weeks. First and foremost, there are 2 yous. There are 2 of you. No, you're not psychotic. No, you're not a basket case. We all have 2 beings. This one, the one that we see here, the one that is always physically present, and the greater part of you, the one that is non-physical. That I like to call your inner being. Your inner being. Some people call it your higher self. Some people call it your wiser self. The point being that I used that word twice. The point is that there are 2 of you. Your physical you and your non-physical you. Only 2 opinions count. Some of you may have caught that little graphic that I created. Only 2 opinions ever count in the world. Yours and yours. Whenever you are in disagreement with your inner being, you find some discomfort in whatever, in your emotional state of being. If, for example, you're trying to make a decision and you're uncomfortable about it, it's because your inner being, you are not in agreement with your inner being. Okay, so whenever we feel any kind of rift, any kind of discomfort, that's actually good. That's actually good. That's actually telling you that you're overcomplicating things. It really is. You're overcomplicating things, because you are supposed to, number one, enjoy all aspects of this life, this physical experience that you're having, because you are a spiritual being having a human experience. So you're supposed to really enjoy all of it. Okay. And that means that there's no place in this physical experience for any discomfort. There's no place for it. Now, we make a place for physical discomfort. We make it all the time. And some of us just learn to live with it, but that's not so. That is not how it was meant to be. So your emotions tell you where you are. Okay, write this down. Your emotions will tell you where you are in relation to where you want to be. Where you are in relation to where you want to be. So the higher vibration emotion you're feeling, joy, happiness, all that, that is an indication that you are very close to where you want to be, because you're closer and closer and closer to the vibrations of your inner being, of your non-physical self, the self of you, yourself, the part of you that is always in ecstasy, always frisky and happy and looking forward to life. Okay, you're closer to that. But when you are in lower vibrations of sadness, depression, angst, anxiety, worry, any of those emotions, you're the furthest away from it. Okay, so you are in your power center when you are in joy and in expectation and exhilaration and in excitement. That's where you are in your power seat. Okay, and that's where you and you are the closest. Okay, that's when you are aligned. Also, we can think of it as whenever we think of something that we want. For example, a lot of people throw this around all the time. Visualize what you want to what you want to have, or visualize what you want to do, and dream board it and all of that. But they don't tell you the more important part, which is the emotional shift. Because if you are cerebral and thinking and giving a lot of this energy into what you want, but here in your heart, you're doubting. So you've got different vibrations between the two, a very fast vibration here and a very lower vibration of doubt. Or what if I don't get it? Or what if it doesn't happen? Or what if it doesn't come true? You have an incoherent signal, and you'll always be in disagreement inside of your own body, and you'll never get the thing or the circumstance or the situation that you want. Okay? So this is where your emotions are awesome, because your emotions are able, it's the way to realize where we are in relation to where we want to be. If we are uncomfortable of where we are, then we know that we're pretty far from where we want to be. But if we're pretty comfortable and feeling pretty good, you're close to getting what you want, or being where you want to be, or living the life situation, or whatever it is that your wish is. You're getting closer to that. You're getting closer to where you want to be. So 3 easy steps. All right. First and foremost, step 1, realize where you are. All too often, we roll with the punches, right? We roll with the punches. That's just the way life is. Life's not fair. That focus, remember, you focus on what you want, not on what you don't want. And when you know better, you do better. So guys, first and foremost, step 1, realize where you are. Realize where you are, because only when you know where you are can you start to figure out how far away you are from where you want to be. Does that make sense? Gosh, I hope so. So realize exactly where you are and accept where you are. That means that you actually have to confront where you are. Really lay your eyes and embrace where you are. It's important, because then step two is, now you see, you look to see where you want to be. Okay, now you can see the difference in distance, how far away you've gotten from that goal, that dream, that aspiration. Okay, so that's step 2. So step 1, realize where you are and really accept it. And step 2, now determine where you want to be in relation to where you are right now. And then step 3, really easy. I might get a lot of pushback from some of you, but it's the easiest thing in the world. Find the path of least resistance to get there. Okay? Our society all too often has brainwashed, yes, I use that word, brainwashed us into believing that, hard work pays off. You really have to work hard for what you want. While nothing ever came, just because people sat on their butts and just waited for it to happen. there is something called inspired action. And once you are aligned, you are guided to what the most effective, all around, the most effective action will be. That's called inspired action. You almost download from the quantum field, and from your inner being, you download what that next step is. It's one of those things where you just put yourself in a receptive mode. Remember step 3 from a few Mindset Mondays ago. Step 3 is the art of allowing, right? So you put yourself into step 3, into allowing, because you desire to know what the next step is. So you allow that information to come through, and just like that, guidance will kick in. Remember, 17 seconds, you hold a thought for 17 seconds and then the momentum starts, right? So guidance kicks in, and then the inspiration comes. And then you take inspired action, which is usually way more time effective, cost effective, emotionally effective, because it always is the path of least resistance. We're not here to suffer and toil and to muddle through life. We're meant to friskily go through life so that we can get to our next experience and our next experience and our next experience. And those experiences, I'm not talking about all kinds of life experiences and life-altering experiences in a negative way. These experiences are travel and joy and seeing that long-lost friend you haven't seen in a long time. These experiences are what makes us joyful and makes us whole and makes us more effective human beings, because we are in a constant state of joy when we have the types of experiences that I'm talking about. So your 3 steps, realize where you are, because then you can, step 2, figure out where you want to be and how far you are in relation to that. And then step 3, allow, be receptive to the inspiration, to take the inspired action, to find the path of least resistance. Step 3, the path of least resistance. Okay, well, that's it for this week's Mindset Monday. I love you all. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you here next Tuesday inside of the 10 o'clock hour. Not Tuesday, Monday. We'll see you here next Monday inside of the 10 o'clock hour. Every Monday for Mindset Mondays here on Splendidly Intrepid. Cece Estrada Kuzmanovic, wishing you all lots of love, lots of inspired guidance, and we'll see you next week. Bye for now.